of Justice. So, in all those capacities, he carries a lot of relevancy and wealth of experience to us today. He is versatile in many ways. He speaks English. He also speaks French. He speaks Portuguese, of all languages. Portuguese. He speaks Latin, Swahili, and then a host of local languages. Anyway, Mr. Minister, allow me to invite you to address us, to address the 37th session of Aripo. And gentlemen and ladies, I beg that we give him a rousing welcome. Thank you.
My former colleague, Minister Musumba, Chairman of Aripo.
No, you are a chairman.
Yes. I'm promoting you prematurely.
Thank you.
You know, before I came to head this Department of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, I was responsible for tourism, trade, and industry, as you've heard. And I had a lot of problems with our industrialists, traders, and artists. And they were telling me about, what do they call it, this thing, when you steal somebody's intellectual property? Piracy. So, you know, me, I had known about piracy in military terms. I didn't know. So I was telling them, no, what do with this piracy? Why don't you go to the High Court? I think somebody advised me that, you know, there was an organization which was responsible for protection of intellectual property. So I said, look for that organization which was responsible for intellectual property. And I was asking my colleagues, where is this organization? Little did I know that subsequently I would be responsible for that organization in less than a few months. And when I was brought to the Department of Justice and Internal and Constitutional Affairs, my first task was to go to Ghana to attend a meeting of Council of Aripo. And I'm very glad. I thank you, the Ghanaians, for that good introduction. Now I understand what Aripo is all about. And subsequently, I hope I'll tell these people who are disturbing me then to make my headache your headache. Thank you, Madam Chair. Recently, I was in Accra for the 104th birthday of the late Osajefo. And I guess I enjoyed myself, and I commend you for the tremendous successes you've made as a country. Therefore, Chairperson of the Administrative Council, the Director General of the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, representative of the Director General of the African Intellectual Property Organization, representative of the Director General of the World Intellectual Property Organization. I thought this one would come before the other one. Representative of the Commissioner of the United States Patent and Trademark Office, representative of the Korean Intellectual Property Office, representative of the National Industrial IT Promotion Agency, representative of the International Trademark Association, members of the Administrative Council, representative of the governments or potential members, states of Aripo, representative of international organization, Aripo, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Uganda, and indeed on my own behalf, I feel greatly honored to welcome you to Kampala and to Uganda at large for the 37th session of the Aripo Administrative Council. You are welcome, all of you. Karibu wazalendo wa Afrika Mashariki. Mwebale nnyo okujja wana Uganda. First of all, please allow me to pay special tribute to Aripo, its cooperating partners, and to the Director General of the World Intellectual Property Organization, in particular, for their continued support and assistance they continue to render to Aripo, and request that the representative of our cooperating partners convey our gratitude to their respective organizations. I wish to appreciate the Administrative Council for having accepted the offer for Uganda to host the 37th session of the Council. Uganda last hosted the Council session in Kampala in 2005. Over the years, since the founding of Aripo, Aripo has grown from strength to strength, and in the number of states and in the strategic role it plays among its member states and Africa at large. Further, intellectual property has taken center stage in the global arena, such as Aripo member states and Africa in general have to embrace it as a tool for economic and social development. Aripo plays a big role in guiding its member states on topical issues such as trade-related aspects of intellectual property, copyright, intellectual property, including the production of traditional knowledge and expression of folklore. I've been made to understand that Aripo has developed a framework which will lead to the protection of geographical indications. As you all know, Africa is bestowed with the natural resources and weather whereby unique production can be made. For example, East African countries have what we call the Nile perch. This is a very tasty fish which we have failed to brand worldwide. In this respect, some countries could produce it only in the swamps and cannot move it on the Nile because they can't shift the Nile from here to their places. Has made recommendations for the amendment of the Harare and Banjul protocols in order to make it more efficient and compliant to international standards and treaties. This is supposed to increase the efficiency of the operations of the office and those of its member states. I'm aware that the Administrative Council is being held just after the WIPO, Aripo, and URABS workshop on intellectual property management and foundation, and implementation of results-based intellectual property office plans, and I have been reliably informed that since the inception, Aripo Administrative Council sessions have been held concurrently with the WIPO seminars, thereby facilitating the participation of council members in these meetings. Please allow me to wholeheartedly thank WIPO and the Director General, Dr. Francis Curry, through you, Mr. Mark Serekore, for the continued support and for facilitating the 37th session of the Administrative Council. The program covers issues related to solving problems in the management and administration of intellectual property offices. And I'm sure that after this session. All our Aripo members and potential states will take steps and use result-based management to improve the efficiency of their respective officers. In the new knowledge, economic knowledge, economy, intellectual property, and is the epicenter of growth and development. Distinguished delegates, your deliberations in this session are of vital importance and will guide the future of the organization members' development in the field of intellectual property. Once again, I thank you for your attention, and I wish you fruitful and constructive deliberations. I hope you will be able to use your time, to take off your time and enjoy and discover some interesting places, not only in Kampala, but all over Uganda, which has many tourist attractions and resorts. To officially declare the 37th session of Aripo Administrative Council officially opened, I thank you.
And with all humbleness, to extend my sincere appreciation to you, Honorable Minister, and our guest of honor this morning, for gracing this important occasion, the official opening of the 37th session of the Administrative Council. We thank you for your continued support and your excellent leadership, Honorable Minister. I now wish to invite our dear distinguished delegates to take a photo, a group photo with the Minister outside, will be guided by the ushers. I thank you all for God and my country.